time kills deals. You can't be like, oh yeah, well, I'm available in like 2 days. People don't want to do that. Like, especially when you're starting, they're ready to go. Yeah. Get on the phone with them and close them. If not, you're going to kill a lot of deals. And I tell my salespeople a lot that, listen, you have somebody ready to sign a contract. Why wouldn't you close that deal? Like, even if it's at 10 at night.
This is The Fighting Entrepreneur, the podcast dedicated to entrepreneurs looking to change the world. Learn how to start, build, and scale a business in today's highly competitive business environment. Here's your host, The Fighting Entrepreneur, Anik Singal.
What's up, you crazy fighting entrepreneurs? Welcome back to another powerful episode. And we're actually going to do something new. So I'll tell you about that in just a second. But this is Anik Singal, and I'm actually very excited about today's episode because I have been stalking our guest for the last year, and I've been very impressed. So first and foremost, let's say hello to our new guest. Mike, what's up, man? How are you?
What's going on, Anik?
All right. Thanks for driving down here from sunny New Jersey to be with us. All right. So what we're going to do, before I introduce Mike and tell you how badass he is, we're going to split this interview into 2 interviews released on 2 different days. So I'm actually going to try to get more bang for our buck here with our guests and get more information out of them. So today we're going to cover starting an agency, getting your first 5 clients. So whatever kind of agency you have, it could be a marketing agency. Basically, if you're starting a consulting firm or a coaching firm, I think what you're going to learn will apply. And then, of course, the next one we will do about how to scale, the marketing used to scale your agency. Now, if you're listening, remember, go to onicpodcast.com for the brand new show notes. Also, we're going to be doing a brand new website soon there. You'll be able to search it, leave comments, engage, build a community. And if you want to chat about this particular episode, go to the Learn Nation Facebook group and you can do that there. All right, so let's dive right in. Mike, before we can even start, we have a little tradition here at the Fighting Entrepreneurs. So if you could raise your right hand. To take a second to figure that out. All right.
I was like, let me not mess this up. I'm on camera.
All right. So I Mike Buontempo.
I'm Mike Buontempo.
Buontempo.
Yeah, Buontempo.
I'm never going to get that right. By the way, I don't know how to spell it either still yet. So I'm Mike Buontempo.
I'm Mike Buontempo.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
To tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
To tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
And reveal all of my agency building secrets.
And reveal all of my agency building secrets.
Sweet. All right. See, now we got you on record and you have to do this. So, before we start into the rounds, first of all, thank you for being here because I think that everyone listening has got a lot to learn. Anyone's looking to build an agency or a coaching or a consulting company. I think we go way back, right? I think you had said that you actually took one of my programs like almost 8 years ago or 9 years ago called Empire Formula.
Yeah, 9 years.
But even then, do you remember the last time what was the time we met? It's been a couple of years. Actually met.
Like in person?
Or just got to talk?
So the first time we talked was actually on Facebook when you finally accepted my friend request. so you accepted it. I'm like, wow, finally. So I messaged you.
That was a mistake.
So I messaged you.
How long ago was that?
Probably 3 years, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 2.5, but I think 3. Okay. So you accepted me, and I just said, hey, man, I loved Empire Formula. It's one of the reasons why I dropped out of college and, went after marketing full time.
Yes.
Anik
Singal encouraging people to drop out of college. That is
So,
awesome.
I kind of spent the last of my money on that course, and then I was going through it, and I had marketing professors that I'd argue with and stuff, and they're talking about theory, and I'm like, have you ever really gone out there and built your own business? Oh, well, I could, but they haven't. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to learn from these people. I want to learn from people who are actually doing it. Mm-hmm. Dropped out and been doing it full time ever since.
That's awesome. How old are you? Actually, I've never asked you this.
27.
27. And right now, how much revenue are you doing currently with your agency?
A little over $100,000 a month.
Over 100,000. And what kind of what kind of margins? What kind of profit? How much of that is profit for you?
Probably 50%.
Not bad.
Maybe 45. But
not bad.
Yeah.
$45,000 a month.
Yeah.
Pretty killer stuff. All right. So all right, well, we're going to talk about all of that. I saw about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, you started posting these posts on your Facebook page. And that's what got my attention. And so initially, it looked so innocent. It looked like, just Mike trying to be a nice guy. And now I've come to see it was incredibly devious and incredibly plotted and systematic, and it worked, and you've pulled money out of me. I've literally paid this guy thousands of dollars. I'm still trying to figure out how to get that money back, but worth every penny. Worth every penny. I'd pay you twice as much because it's been great advice. He's shared great knowledge. I love the idea of knowing that, you know, whatever, 9-10 years ago, you took a course of mine that maybe had even a 0.5% influence in your life, and that now I get to pay you and learn from you. That's like the coolest story altogether. So today what I want to talk to you about is I want to go through your marketing model. I want to understand the numbers, the details, and the systems you put in place to get your first clients. But the very first thing I want to ask you is why... I know your history. You've done a lot of different things. You've been in the CPA space. You've done trial business. You've done a lot of different things. We were talking about that recently. How'd you land up on this? Like, why are you building an agency? And just talk a little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about why now. Why this?
So really why, like, I love driving paid traffic. Like, I love putting together marketing campaigns on Facebook, YouTube, and Google. And, you know, I know, like, I'm analytical, so I like looking at numbers, and I know the average client is okay at Facebook ads and like not great. So I know I could come in and really help somebody at a very, very high level and get them results and, you know, hit their CPAs and all of that, and they're going to pay me a handsome fee to do that for them. And it's an easier sale than some of these other things, you know, mm-hmm. where, you know, high ticket coaching and everything. Like, high level business owners, they don't want coaching. They want somebody to just run my ads for me. You know, I see what you're doing. So
they want doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like a guy that's doing $300,000, $400,000 a month, he's not going to be like, oh, Mike, I want to join your coaching program. He wants me to run his Facebook ads or run his YouTube ads or his Google ads and everything. And it's easy for them to pay me, you know, $10,000 a month up front plus 10% of the ad spend. So, you know, I have some of the clients that pay me up to $20,000 a month. I mean, you don't need too many clients like that to make a nice income for yourself.
That's amazing. And, you know, to talk more to that, so you made a conscious effort where you decided you want to go after the higher level of clients. You don't want to go after this. And I think a lot of people trying to build an agency, they make the mistake of starting small, charging less, going for the smaller clients because it's easier. But then eventually they learn that those clients are actually not the best clients. But to kind of a testament to that, you're absolutely right. Like, I don't want to join a mastermind. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to get on your coaching calls. Although I have no argument that they're probably very powerful, but rather I would rather pay you what it probably costs for a year of your coaching program to just get you to come down here for a day.
Yep. And
to have a one-on-one conversation, ask you very pointed questions. So you're right. So just so everyone understands, Mike has built a paid media agency. So he helps run people's paid media campaigns, but you can also work with him and you can hire him for an hour consult or for a day. I've done both of those. And so when you have that reach and you have people looking to you, there's multiple ways you can profit from it. And you can also productize that, which is something you've also done, which now you're building scalable funnels that don't need a physical presence of Mike. But we'll talk more about that in like the second part of this series. So I see why you built the agency. We're going to talk about your pricing models. We're going to talk about all of those things. I want to jump right in because we're going to talk about how you got your first 5 clients. So round number 1, I'm going to start a little bit differently. All right. So round number 1, I want you to tell me 3 or 4 or 5, how many ever you want, of the biggest lessons you've learned because you started your agency just a short while ago. I mean, you've boomed. I think, when did you start officially?
June 5th, I took my first client.
June 5th
last year.
2018.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting as of the day we're recording this, April 29th or 28th or 7th?
Yeah, 28th.
All right. So we're now, 8, 9, 9, 10 months or something like that?
Yeah.
All right. So in that time, you went from 0 to building over $100,000 a month agency. And what did you learn? So someone, like we've got people right now that are watching, they're listening live that are trying to start their own agency. What are a few mistakes you made that you would tell them, like, do not do that?
First things first would be you're probably charging too little. Okay. The first client I took on was like $2,000 a month. You know, now I have, like, we start at $4,000 a month for our agency. And then also to add and or thing into the contract. So, for clients that want to scale up, that spend $200,000, $300,000 a month with us, we get 10% of that ad spend. So essentially, let's say a client gets our $10,000 a month package. If we spend $200,000 a month for that $200,000 for that month, we get another $10,000 at the end of the month. So I mean, that really, really helps you, and it incentivizes your team. So like, I have a team of media buyers, so I give them 15% commissions on that 10%. So let's just say that was their account. They would get an extra 15. What?
They make more money.
Yeah. They're going to get an extra $1,500 a month. If they have two of those accounts, they're making an extra $3,000. So, they're going to be happier. Your client's going to be happier because you have an incentive to scale them as well. And, overall, it's just a better model, Do you think that applies? Is it just in the paid media world? Like, how do I apply percentage of if I'm building... we'll take Crystal, for example. She's going to be coming on. Now, she's not just doing paid media, but she's helping someone put the whole launch together. She's a more marketing consultant in her business. So how would you apply percentage of for her? I mean, for actual launches, right? She helps them. I mean, get a piece of the pie, a piece of the revenue. Hey, listen, you know what? You could even take a smaller percentage, a smaller fee up front if you really know that guys. Let's say, hey, my last 3 launches have done $1 million each. Listen, you know what? You pay me $2,000 up front. I know you're probably going to do, but I want 5% of everything. And that's $50,000, right?
All right,
right there. So
charging. So one of our rounds was going to be, how do you charge? And you already covered that. So let's just quickly recap so we can kill that round. You do $4,000 a month as your starting. That's your retainer, and you charge a percentage of ad spend on top of that. So it becomes either or, whichever's higher.
But we also have 4 packages. So one traffic source, let's just say, is Facebook. It's $4,000 a month or 10% of ad spend.
Okay.
All of these come with 3-month minimum agreements. Okay. And the reason is there's so much work involved in order to getting somebody started, the customer research, and really scaling a campaign, that it doesn't make sense to take on a client for only 1 month. And you have to educate the person that it's in their best interest. And if they're not willing to do that, they're probably not going to be a good client anyways. So we do $4,000 a month, 10% of ad spend for one traffic source. 2 traffic sources is $6,000 a month or 10% of ad spend. Our omnipresence package, where essentially it's one cold traffic source, let's say Facebook, then we retarget you across pretty much 95% of the internet. That's YouTube, Google, Google Display, Google Search, Instagram, and then also Facebook. And then finally, we have all 3 cold traffic sources, and that's $10,000 a month.
So how much was the third package? You didn't get the price on that. Is that $8,000
$6,500 a month.
$6,500. So interesting. So you're hitting up all the different, and so as you add more platforms, your retainer goes up, but the percentage stays the same.
Yep.
But they'll obviously spend more if they're on more platforms, so you would make more. Okay, so you're doing. So let's ask. I'm going to come back. By the way, actually, you know what? I'm going to change round number 2. But real quick, give me some more mistakes, and then I know what I want to ask on round 2.
More mistakes. Probably not being prepared for a hire soon enough. So we were going through. Like we were taking on a ton of clients. Like we took 4 or 5 clients on in the same week. And I wanted to hire another media buyer to bring on, but you kind of get in that chicken or the egg scenario where you don't want to hire too many people if you're not going to have the growth. And the worst thing happened is my head media buyer just up and left and just quit, sent me an email, just didn't show up. And
that never happens ever.
Yeah. So, he ended up leaving and we were kind of scrambling. And what I had to do was I had to pick up more of the slack. And what a lot of people get stuck in is they go out, they get the sales, then they have to essentially, perform and run the ads and everything, and they stop going out and prospecting, and then they lose a couple clients and they get stuck on this hamster wheel instead of going out and hiring people that can actually help you. So one of the things that we just did was hire remote. I was really against it at first, but when you're able to hire remote, you're able to get talent. You know, a lot of people local the people that were local that were working for me, they were green as ever. So that means that it takes anywhere from 5 to 6 months to really get them up to where they can, you know, take an account on their own and kind of run with it. And you don't have that type of time if you take 5 new clients on, and you know you're not going to be, oh, let me just hire this guy. Like, so like even if it's a short-term patch, you got to hire somebody, you know, even remote with skill, so that they can actually help you.
So be ready to hire and be ready to look virtually, so that it'll help you scale early on and keep your costs down and take on more. Anything else? Any other burning advice you'd give someone? Just, I'm starting a new agency. You know, pitfall to
a pitfall. Oh, contracts. You know, and it wasn't so much me. But like a lot of my people that I coach, like, you know, they don't have contracts, and they wonder why they get screwed out of things. Like, oh, I'm like, oh, well, did you have a contract?
Where do you go to get contracts done now?
So I had my lawyer put together one, and then when I first started, I put together one that, like, you know, whatever, like it was like, it explained the services. It said you agreed to it. And
do you use anything like LegalZoom or any of these?
No, I haven't.
To do it? What did it cost you to get that done?
$500.
Okay, it's nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
And especially, you know, when you really start to bring on a ton of clients, like you have to protect yourself.
So here's something that's interesting. In all of the 3 that you went over, not a single one of them had to do with marketing or actually getting clients. How easy or hard is it? Because I can tell you right now, most people looking to start a new agency or whatever, they think in their minds automatically it's hard to get clients. Is it hard?
I don't think so. I don't think it's that hard, because one of the things that helps me is because I've taken on such great clients that we're able to spend a ton of money and get results for, I just post my results like all the time. So like we just had a client that
No, don't do this yet. Oh, okay. I got that part coming up. Don't let that cat out of the bag. That's a big part, because I want everyone to. I want to dig deep into that, because that's the devious part I talked about, where I thought you were innocent, but you're not, and you're about to say exactly how plotted it is, but it's brilliant. It's borderline brilliant. That's why I want to come back to that. All right, listen, let's move on to round number 2. I want to talk to you about numbers and data. Okay, so round number 2. How many clients do you have right now?
Like 25.
Wow. See, when you say that, I think, holy crap. But that's a lot of people. But okay, 25, you're doing about $100,000 a month. You mentioned before about 50% or 45% profit margin. That's after all expenses. How many team members do you have, or do you need to facilitate 25 clients you run ads for?
So right now we have 3 media buyers, 1 tech guy, and 1 sales guy.
All right. Now, are they all full-time?
Yes. And well, I mean, if you're counting me, it's 4 media buyers, because I really...
Is your tech guy full-time though?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not.
So your 4 media buyers are full-time. Tech guy is an outsource, someone that I think you mentioned before to me. And then the sales guy, that's on-site. He's full-time. So you got a team of, including you, 4, 5, 6 people to facilitate $100,000 a month business. That it means you're doing a 1.2 million divided by 6. It's about a 200,000 per person metric. Do you need right now? If you were to bring on no more clients, could you stay at 6 people, or do you need more people even right now?
No, we don't need more people.
So you'd be spinning good.
Yeah.
Do you sleep?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. What's your life like? Like 25 clients, are they all vying for you? Are they messaging you all the time?
Yeah, that's been one of the hard things. So this is another big thing, and I just recently started doing it. Put all of your clients into Slack. Put them into Slack, and so you have your team members. So, you know, if you're going to have a media buyer and he owns that account, the client and me should all be in that Slack channel so you can all communicate. Because what was happening was people were hitting me up on Facebook, on Skype, on email, and it was insane. And, you know, I was highly stressed, and things, you know, like luckily I use Asana to, you know, manage all the projects, but even with that, like it was crazy. So we only moved to Slack probably like 2 weeks ago, and it's been a lot better. I don't have every single client on there yet. You know, I've been working with them saying, hey, go to Slack.
Clients are hard to
Yeah. So, I mean, that was another big thing, that, hey, if you're just starting out, go to Slack. They have to join Slack and then have your team. So if you have, a junior media buyer under you, have them in that Slack with that person. So you have yourself, the junior media buyer, and then the client in there. They can post thoughts. They can post their creatives, whatever they have. And now it's not just going through me, it's going through them as well. And now I don't have to communicate everything to my team.
That's awesome. Very powerful. We use Slack here for anyone listening. We use Slack at Learn, and I was not a big believer. The whole team pushed for it, so I finally said fine. I was like, Skype, Slack, same thing. One's free, one's not. Total game changer. I'm a big Slack believer now. It was a total game changer for communication. All right, so the only other question I really had is 25 clients. About how much time do you have to look at all of them every day?
So what I do is I have my media buyers essentially pull all the stats every single morning. They send it over to me, and then I look at their I don't even really need to look at their KPIs. I know what KPIs we should be hitting for each of them, and then I see the accounts that need help, and then in our meeting in the morning, I pretty much go over the account. So we'll do a screen share, and I will say, okay, well, here's why we're not hitting this KPI. We need to launch this. You need to do this. You need to do that.
So you take your mornings to do a full dissect of the overall analysis, the high level. You look for the problem childs, pull those out, put them into the meeting, and that way, that's how it dictates your focus for the day. So you're not looking at every single client every day.
Yeah.
If one's running and going well, you look at them later when. Okay, great. Let's move right on into round number 3. I'm very excited about this one. This is where we're going to talk about your devious ways. Round number 3, your first client. Talk to me, open floor. How'd you get your first client? June last year, 2018, you said.
I made a post on how we were able to cut our cost per book call in half by using Google Tag Manager and custom events to essentially segment people that saw our offer on our webinar. So what you can do is you can set up a timer to drop a custom event for people that saw your offer on your webinar. Then you can create a custom audience off of that and a custom conversion. So not only can you see your stats a lot better, so you can see how many people actually saw the offer, but you can create a custom audience off of that, and then you could retarget with testimonial videos, product walkthrough videos, FAQ, like a flagship article, all stuff like that. And that helped me cut my cost per book call on my own webinar. So I posted the stats about that right on my personal Facebook. And I actually got a bunch of people like, hey, man, because costs keep going up. So everybody's like, I really want to cut my cost per book call, in half. So a guy who ran a webinar for real estate investors, he took investments to go out and get real estate and then gave them a return. It was like a $50,000 investment. Mm-hmm. He went out, turnkey real estate. And he said, my cost per book calls are like $200. Can you cut them in half? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, oh, well, what do you charge? And I was like, I don't know, $2,000 a month.
Okay, so couple questions. One, before you made that post, was the plan to inspire people to become a client?
No.
Okay, so it was a pretty innocent post. I don't know if that's the one I saw. I think I saw it on the front.
That post wasn't. But when I saw how many people started reaching out to me and how easy the sale was, because I come from I did high ticket for a while in the internet marketing niche, and this sale was just like so easy. It was I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. He's like, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, how much is it? I was like, oh, $2,000 a month, 3 months. He was like, all right, cool.
So you weren't an agency yet. You didn't even know that you wanted to start an agency.
No.
You weren't even thinking about it. You fell into this purely because there was a organic demand in the market. And that's pretty cool. All right. So the crux of it is you went to your personal Facebook page, not your public Facebook page, no ads, no money, and you just made a goodwill post teaching some cool stuff that you're doing. And people liked it so much, they started leaving comments, I'm assuming, and liking and all of that. Now, was it in the comments right there that people started saying, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, can we talk?
He reached out to me via personal message, private message.
On Facebook, though?
Correct.
On the Messenger. I think I've reached out to you on that at least 18 times.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's convenient. And it's usually in relation to when you post one of these stories, because I get questions. I'm like, hey, wait, you didn't talk about this or we didn't talk about this. All right. How many personal Facebook friends on your Facebook page do you have, like on your personal one?
Well, yesterday I had 5,000, but I lost 2 today. So, but they must have not liked one of my posts. But I have 5,000 friends, and I have around 4,052 followers as well.
Okay, wow.
So like that's like 9,052 people that I get to reach. Well, not all of them, obviously, because Facebook throttles.
Yeah.
But I get to reach a good amount of people.
So how many did you have in June of last year when you got your first?
Probably like 4,700.
Was that strategic? Did you go out and actively try to friend a lot of people? Like, is that something someone should do right now? Should they go out and start friending like crazy and grow their network before they start this strategy?
Big time. That's what I teach my clients.
Okay.
Like I have an 8-week coaching program for people who don't have clients and that have agencies, and that's one of the things. Like, you know, go into the ClickFunnels group, go into the Digital Marketer Engage group, go into the Internet Super Marketing Friends group, look for, you know, people that are looking for help that actually have a business that you can see like, oh, well, you know, they have a webinar, they look like they're making some money, they look like they have a legitimate business that they could actually pay my fees. Let me add them, see if they accept, and then from there, I'm going to make posts about webinars and how we help people, you know, scale webinars. So
that right there, that's it. I think we should. I think we could literally end this because that is organic. It's free. It's strategic. It makes total sense, and it worked. And I think it would work. Do you think it will work for other things like, I don't know, copywriting or coaching or?
Yeah.
Stop laughing, Joe. Copywriting he hasn't brought it up yet. He hasn't brought it up in the episode, so I had to bring it up. Usually our guests will bring up the word copywriting, so I dropped it myself. I had to keep the trend going. Pretty powerful, man. So, okay, that was your first client. How'd you get your second client?
Same way. Like I saw.
Was it the same post?
No. It was a guy that I actually have been talking to for a while about high ticket sales. And he was like, yeah, like I see you're doing really well with, you know, these webinars and stuff. You know, what are your thoughts on, you know, testing out one of mine and, you know, running for it? And I ended up charging him $2,000 a month. And then his media buyer who was with him for a while got threatened by me and ended up quitting. And he was like, hey, like, do you want to take over that? Do you want to do Google and YouTube as well? I was like, yeah, sure, you know. And he was like, okay, well, how much? I was like, I don't know, just pay me another $2,000. So that ended up being like a $4,000 a month client because I added YouTube and Google, like the retargeting into there and, you know, setting all that up.
It's a random question. How did you learn media buying? You had your own offers?
Yeah, I had my own webinar offer.
Got it. All right. I guess let's keep the trend since the title of this episode is how to get your first 5 clients. How'd you get the third client?
Just posts on
More
Facebook.
Posts? Fourth, fifth, same?
Yeah, so I have an email list as well, like 50,000 people. You know, I am / you know, make money online, and that probably brought in 1 out of the 5. But I would say the other 4 were mainly organic. So there's actually this strategy that I use. It's called like the reply strategy. So you make a very good like post about, let's just say, like one of my best posts was discover how we did over $1,023,000 with one webinar. I go over our strategies for Facebook, YouTube, Google, blah blah blah. If you want this case study, just put yes in the comments and I'll reach out to you once it's done. That post probably got, I don't know, 350 comments from marketers. Wow. Guys who had offers that wanted me to literally reach out to them. So they became leads, like literally like that. And it's for all free. Like I literally made the post and it goes viral. The good thing is you know, the more comments you get, the more people see it, the more comments you get, and it keeps going. And the great thing about that is you're literally opening up a conversation in Facebook. So you can say, hey, here's the case study. Just let me know if you need any help with Facebook ads. And I had so many people that, yeah, I need help. Oh, cool. Let's jump on a call. Yeah, I need help.
Okay, so hold on. Let's back up because this is pretty slick. I remember seeing one of these. So you make a post, again, on your personal Facebook page. This is not a public one. This has nothing to do with likes. It's just to people that he's friended, that have responded yes, or people that have come to your page and followed. And so you just make a post saying, hey guys, I'm happy to put up a case study about XYZ. I just got these results, yada, yada. If 100 people say yes in the comments, I'll post it. And then you just start getting a bunch of people replying. That one post you said got 350. And typically that's a really cool way to qualify people, because if they're not interested in it, they're just going to probably skip and move on. So all those 350, a good chunk of them probably are very qualified candidates. All right. So now it's time to post your case study. Do you sit and go through each one and send them a personal message on Facebook?
Yep, every single one. So I like the comment, and then I reply, because it gives them 2 notifications. Mike Buontempo has liked your comment. Mike Buontempo has replied to your post. So it does a third thing. It makes the post more viral as well. So it adds another comment on there, and more people are going to see it.
Do you reply and comment right after they did it with a link to the case study, or just saying, hey, got it, thanks, I'll message you?
No, not right away. Okay. Usually, a lot of the time, the case study wasn't even done. Like I would just say, hey, I'm thinking about putting something together. Is there any interest? And people would just boom, and then I would bang it out over 2 days, and then I would just message them, and I would like it. I would reply. I'd PM them and just say, hey, here's the case study you requested. I hope you enjoy it. Just let me know if you need any help with paid advertising. And I would get so many, I need help. Yeah, I need help. Yeah, I need help. And like that one post where I got, like all those comments were probably we were at 68.5, plus another 7,500, so 69.
About 75,000 or so.
Yeah, 75.
So that one post you can track back to $75,000 in revenue.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. It's a cool strategy. I like that. I remember seeing it, but that wasn't a big part of my questions. But now we move right into that. So put up the post, get a bunch of comments. They end up self-qualifying, and then when you're ready with you don't even have to have the case study done, but if you get enough interest, do the case study.
Exactly.
And then reply to everybody one by one and create a conversation with them right there on Facebook Messenger. And so let's say the person replies and says, yeah, I need that help. So what do you do? Then you get on a call with them?
Yeah, basically? I say, hey, are you available for a call, in an hour? And the thing is too, like, time kills deals. You can't be like, oh yeah, well, I'm available in like 2 days. People don't want to do that. Like, especially when you're starting, like, hey, I'm available in an hour and 15 minutes, be specific. So you could kind of show them that you're a little bit busy, but also don't wait. Like, they're ready to go. Yeah. Get on the phone with them and close them. If not, you're going to kill a lot of deals. And I tell my salespeople a lot that, listen, you have somebody ready to sign a contract. Why wouldn't you close that deal? Like, even if it's at 10 at night, close the deal. So
that's cool. All right, listen, that you kind of answered the question of how you got your first 5 clients. It's pretty straightforward, simple, free, organic. It's almost so simple, but no one does it.
No.
How many people have you actually seen do it? How many students of yours, because you have a coaching program, how many people actually do it?
I have one who's really, really done it. Like, some of the students, they'll do one post and then they'll give up. Oh, it didn't work. Yeah. I have one student who, his name's Lance, and he'll probably see this. He did $15,000 in his first month, just posting. And
what kind of
paid traffic
agency?
Yep.
All right.
$15,000, and then like $15,000 a month. Like, he literally went from like, he was at like 4, then he went to $15,000 a month. He raised his price, and he just makes posts. And
so as long as people do it and are diligent and repeated, it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
I can't see how it doesn't work. So everyone listening right now has absolutely zero excuse on how they can get their first 5 clients.
Exactly.
Now, you said one of the 5 came from email.
Yeah.
How did you have a 50,000 email list? Is pretty big. How did you build that email list? Was that from your prior stuff that you had done?
Yeah. So I had the webinar. I had a couple other products on.
So not necessarily the most qualified list, because there was something different you were selling.
Exactly.
And what did you send to them to get one sale from there?
Case studies.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And what was the call to action? Hit reply to this email, or what was that?
No, I sent them to go book a call, schedule once. So simple headline, want my team to run your Facebook, YouTube, and Google ads, then book a call below. They book a call, and I call them at their scheduled time.
So the email has the case study right there in the email. They can read it, and at the end it says, is this interesting to you? You want me to do this for you? Book a call with me.
That's it.
Straightforward, nice and simple. Love it. All right. Now, I know that there are tons and tons of other things you've since gone on to do, and I'm going to talk to you about them in the next episode. But this has been really powerful. Our topic was how to get your first 5 clients, and we have adequately answered that and simply answered it. I think every single person watching right now, there's no reason why you can't go out and close your first few deals. There's only one other thing I really want to ask you. I think we're up to round 4 or 5. I always tend to forget what rounds we're on. What tools does one need? What are some of the key tools that you use in your business every day that have helped you build an agency?
ClickFunnels.
Okay.
Asana. Schedule Once. Improvely for tracking.
So real quick, I want to pause real quick. Actually, no, keep going. We'll go back through each one. Schedule Once, Improvely.
Schedule Once, Improvely, ClickFunnels.
Slack, you had mentioned.
Slack now, since the past 2 weeks. I mean, Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, Google. Yep. Active Campaign for my emails. I use Infusionsoft as well for my membership site, but it's not really for the agency.
Okay. All right.
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, you could really get started with ClickFunnels and a Schedule Once account, and be ready to go. You do a quick case study on something. They schedule a call. You close them over the phone, and they're ready to go.
I mean, do you use Skype or you just call them on the phone?
Oh no, I use Skype for international calls.
Okay.
But mainly just usually use my cell phone.
So if everyone wants to know, ClickFunnels to actually build the pages where you post stuff and, give someone a chance to talk to you. Asana for your project management so you can keep your life organized, which is what we use. It's awesome. I love it. Schedule Once is a scheduling tool. Kind of connects with your Google Calendar. You can set up what days and times you're available. That way the person goes in and doesn't just say, I want to talk to you, but they actually pick a date and time. It gets added to their calendar, gets added to your calendar. Notifications get sent out. Messages get sent out. Improvely, which you turned me on to now, is really cool. So this is like this gives you the ability to split test your pages. And what else do you use Improvely for? You were telling me yesterday.
You could really track things very, very well. So, I mean, if you have, multi-steps in your funnel.
Let me ask you something, though. For the first 5 clients right at the very beginning, is something like this necessary?
No.
No, right?
No,
okay.
you don't.
This is when you're like doing scale and you're starting to spend some money on it.
Correct.
All right. Slack. Obvious. Facebook, YouTube, Google, obvious. Active Campaign for emails. Infusionsoft for. But Infusionsoft, if someone doesn't have a membership site, how would you tell them to process payments?
We use Youve.
Youve.
Yep.
What is that? I don't know.
It's an invoicing tool. I mean, you could use Stripe too.
Okay. How do you spell it?
W-A-V-E? Yeah.
Okay. WAVE is your invoicing tool. You could also use Stripe. Thanks, man. It's been absolutely awesome. Listen, before we close up and we get prepped for the second one. So listen, before I even let him do this. This was how to get to your first 5 clients. Now, not a single one of you has an excuse. It's a very simple, organic way to do it. But he has 25. So the second episode that's going to follow just in a day or two, so watch the feed for it, is how you went from 5 to 25. But before we get there, Mike, there's a lot of people listening right now that need help getting their ads and scaling their business. How can they get a hold of you?
So if you want to book a call with me and my team, you could go to lp.partnerwithmikeb.com/book agency. Now, if
a shorter URL, man. hold on. I'm gonna try to remember. Right. LP. Book a call with Mike P.
No. Partner. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a redirect. I could do a simple one. I could do like MikeBuontempo.com /
You just don't need more clients. Let's just say it. They're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm booked. All right, say it again. People can. We'll put it in the show notes. By the way, you can go to anikpodcast.com. We'll put the link directly in there. But yeah, please say it.
So it's lp.partnerwithmikeb.com / book agency.
I still can. All right, okay. What about where else can they stalk you and learn from you and see these cool posts you put up? Because you still do it.
You could friend me on Facebook. Well, I mean, yeah.
You can follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook. If you want to get my audiobook, which is $1.99, you go to MikeBuontempo.com. It'll redirect over there.
All right. Can you spell MikeBuontempo.com?
Mike, MikeBuontempo.com.
I always want to put an E. I want to go I want to put an E. That's why I say Buontempo. So, anyways, Buontempo. Got it. Go there. Get a hold of this guy. I'm telling you. Go to anikpodcast.com. All the stuff is there. All the links are there. Get on a call with a guy. If you're a legit business, you want ads, you want someone to do it. I'm telling you, I paid him a lot of money. He knows his stuff. And on the next episode, we're gonna really find out how much he knows his stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below. Come on, hit subscribe, hit the bell thingy. Tell Mike something. Give him a shout out. This guy's taking time out of his own day to teach you for free, which is amazing, and we're very, very, very appreciative of that. So thank you, Mike. Also, if you are listening on iTunes, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave us a powerful review. Come on, let's get this out to everybody else. And learn.com, LURN.com. Go over there, get your free membership, get in there, and take all of our amazing courses and up-level your entrepreneurial self. All right. So remember, as I always say, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. This is Anik Singal. I will see you on our next episode with Mike.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.